So I got this really great comment about this particular question and the wording, and the answer is actually wrong, which is interesting. It's been up for 5 years and no one has caught it. So good job on that. Let me just explain it so that it's there, and then I can correct the directions for next quarter. But that was a really good catch. So for the following exercise, find a domain on which the function f is 1 to 1 and increasing. Write the domain in interval notation and find the inverse f restricted to that domain. Okay, and then we're given this function right here. So the original function was, bring that back over for a second, x minus 5 quantity squared, and so that would be this parabola right here. So if we look at where this function is increasing, it does not include that bottom point. It does not include the vertex, which is exactly what the student was saying. I thought 5, 0 wouldn't be included because it's increasing rather than non-decreasing. And that is absolutely correct. At the vertex, the slope right here is technically 0, because if we drew a tangent line at the bottom of the parabola through this point, that would be neither increasing or decreasing. It's constant, or 0, at that turning point. And so when we're talking about the domain, the student is absolutely correct that we should be restricting the domain from 5 to infinity with a parenthesis rather than a bracket. The answer has the bracket, and that's because I know what the author was shooting for who wrote this question. They just did not get the language quite right. And that is that the inverse of this function, what we're trying to do is restrict the domain of the red one so that it is 1 to 1. And they said increasing because they're trying to get you to do the right-hand side of it instead of the left-hand side. If we don't restrict the domain and we do the inverse, we get both the blue and the green line. That's not 1 to 1, it's not a function. So that's where we have to restrict the domain. And for this blue function, the domain of this one is 0 inclusive to infinity. So I know that's what the author was trying to get at, but the way that they phrased it, yeah, you're absolutely right. That should not have included that endpoint, or they should have said non-decreasing instead of increasing. So good catch. I will fix that up for next quarter's course page. I can't change it because the question is active in homework and it will mess up the settings on it. But yeah, thank you for letting me know. That was a really good one.